All right, guys, it's T and I'm back with another video. Guess who it is? It's Team Blaha, client Michelle Corte. Yeah, man. All right, we're gonna review this video, man. This is gonna be incredible. He posted a video. I guess she's still part of Team Client, whatever, Team Blaha. She hasn't learned her lessons yet. So let's see how the adapted lifting slave is doing. The adapted non-progression a lifting slave is doing today. Let's review this video, man. So JasonBlaha, the gym lifting, recruiting lifting slave, says, who's suffering from sarcopenia, by the way, probably osteosarcopenia, says, Team Blaha client Michelle, part 88. Oh my God, 88 of nothing. Go back to the first video. There's nothing, nada. She just got, all she is doing right now is just staying there, being good at lifting these weights for no other purpose than to lift them. There are no adaptations here. Zero adaptations, man.
Hey everybody, it's JasonBlaha here. Once again, it's time for my client Michelle's vlog. We haven't done one of these in a couple of weeks. She's had a lot going on. Obviously, you see we're at a new gym.
She's got a lot going on, eh? She's at a new gym. I wonder why.
Moved. And because we are drifting into doing some bikini comp, what we're doing...
Okay, she moved. Oh, she's doing bikini comp with all those beautiful tattoos, yes. Must be a bikini tattoo comp.
Is we're doing training maxes on her big three, and we are now doing a 5-day-a-week body part split because at this point for her, modeling and then doing bikini competitions is taking a higher priority than powerlifting. Now that being said, she's probably gonna do worlds this year, and that may be her last meet.
Wow, she's really strong, eh, client Michelle? You think she's eking out any adaptations here? Listen. If you saw her walking down the street, would you think she lifted weights or she just looks like an ordinary woman walking down the street? Honestly, she looks like an ordinary person that walked down the street with a lot of tattoos on her. I don't know, this hippie stuff or whatever's going on there, this hippie tattoo thing, whatever she's got going on, but whatever, man. Maybe I'm just so old-fashioned. My mom taught me people that wear tattoos, they're in prison. They're from prison. But whatever, what do I know, man? My mom was even older-fashioned than me. You know, she grew up during World War II, so what do you expect? so yeah, I don't know, man. But this is something else. This is something else for me. You know, when you're raised by parents that were born during the war and stuff, like during World War II, at that time, or were growing up at that time during World War II, what do you expect? You're going to be old-fashioned, right? Okay, I don't know. This is the new fashion. I don't know. The uglier I think the new fashion is the uglier you look, the better it is. How ugly you can make yourself look, I guess. Okay, whatever, man.
All right, we're going to go over to working purely physique from here. So, again, she's basically...
Oh, and don't forget, and accelerated aging. The more you can accelerate that aging, get uglier and older and look diminished, the better it is. Yeah.
Multi-sport athlete. She's gone from boxing, where she was quite good at, to powerlifting, going to worlds, and then we're going to do bikini.
Yeah.
Okay, I suffer from horror.
I'm not going to have room to put all of her
Yeah, she's determined to make something out of herself. Okay.
exercises in this vlog. I already looked at it. It would take over 30 minutes to do one set of every exercise in here, so I kind of picked.
I mean, have you seen Big Trip's video, man? It was funny. That video was funny. I watched that. He did a video on Michelle Corte. I'm not making fun of her or anything like that. I'm making pointers out in the video. I'm just making points. It's just a review video, man. Basically on Blaha and his training methods. She's adapted. Michelle Corte here, the client, Michelle, whatever, Blaha's client. If it is his client, I have no clue, but whatever. She's adapted, and there's no more adaptations. She does the exact same exercises. She doesn't understand it's based on an adaptation principle to change that body. In order for that body to change, you have to do very specific things. Number one, you have to stop eating an artificial diet so that your body could return to homeostasis. Once it returns to homeostasis, you start eating a natural diet, and You can do specific things like lose body fat and get some adaptations in your workouts. Yeah, that'll definitely help you in the long run. It'll be a lot easier and better if you do that, especially on a natural diet.
Choose. As you guys can see, we start with a push day, so like a chest, a tricep day, and then she does abs at the end of all of them, so I'll throw in some of her ab work. But just to get an idea of what we do for chest, she does flat bench, then we do incline bench, and then she does decline dumbbells, right? So in this case, because we really need a lot of chest work, we're working the chest from pretty much every...
I mean, come on, man. 20-pound dumbbells. 20-pound dumbbells. Wow.
angle, right? We're working all of the chest angles to make sure that we get full development. Now, some people don't like decline, but in this case, we're doing dumbbells, so any arguments about reduced range of motion would go away. And then we do a variety of tricep exercises, right? We do like skull crushers. She does behind the head extensions with a dumbbell.
Man, doesn't matter what she does. She's doing the exact same thing as he's just reading them off, man. I'll explain this. If you're not the biggest eater in the world, but you want to grow some muscle, then you're going to have to do things that you're unfamiliar with, that you are unaccustomed to doing, exercise. So you need to move for multiple unaccustomed exercises which you've never done, and just do a lot of rep work on that exercise which you have never done before. And after the third time you've done it, the first, the second, maybe the third time, you might eke out another adaptation on the third run. But after the third run, abandon it and move on to other exercises so you could get more adaptations. You understand me? In these different, look, muscle fibers behave differently, and how they get adaptations are according to their muscle fibers. She's doing the same ones over and over again. They're adapted. She's not getting shit, Jack, here, man. She's got to do different stuff because she doesn't look to me like she's an eater. You could do these exercises, but now to push that domain, you have to eat a hell of a lot and be in an anabolic growth state. So you can shut off the catabolic hormone, convert the catabolic hormone to an androgen, so it doesn't have to compete with the myocytic androgen receptor. Therefore, you'll push MND size limit, you'll push this domain, man. But you will not push it, you will not donate its nuclei. It will not donate its nuclei doing the same exercises if you do not push that domain with food. That's how you push it. Definitely. You can do that. Plus, it still needs to go through repair and remodeling. If you get an adaptation, you're going to get DOMs. You're most likely not going to come and work out anyways because you're going to be in a lot of pain those days. So those are the days you should eat anyways for repair and remodeling and get a donation of nuclei if you get these adaptations. They're really important in the beginning, the first ones. So yeah, I don't know. Like I said, you can move for unaccustomed exercises, unfamiliar exercises that you haven't done to get these adaptations in every type of group, every movement, every type, whatever. And then move on to some other exercises and get more adaptations. That's it, as many as you can, doing different exercises. That would include body weight exercises, calisthenics, dumbbells, barbells, cable machines, all kinds of stuff, Max them out as much as you can. But to support that, once you do get some repair and remodeling, once you get some of these adaptations in the beginning from doing these unaccustomed exercises, they still need to be kind of maintained, You still got to eat quite a bit still. I mean, there's still got to be something going on there. But yeah, that's one easy way to do it. You see that? That's one easy way if you're a bad eater. I don't know, if you're a poor eater, whatever.
And I included a little bit of that in there. But
again, she's doing the exact same exercises again and again. 0 adaptations, wasting time, accelerating aging, and she's another day of infertility and accelerated aging for poor client Michelle.
the idea here is that we're working every head of every muscle. So because we need to bring everything up because she's going to do bikini, and we do want to really focus on her calves and her delts a lot, what I'm having her do is, again, we're doing this 5-day split.
Again, I would have her do a bunch of cable work. That's definitely going to improve her physique. For number one, I put her on a natural diet. I'll get rid of all these unnatural, engineered, man-made foods. Boom, gone. I put her on cable work, a lot of cable work. Very specific cable work. Standing, sitting, laying, doing different angles, different things with cables. With cables, you could do many things. You can do from the top, bottom, sideways, whatever. You can do all kinds of different angles. Until I get her to max out every adaptation on the cable machine, we quit and then we move to maybe barbells and dumbbells or just dumbbells. And do a bunch of exercises with dumbbells. Then we max out those adaptations there. We move to some barbells. We max them out there. Then we move to do calisthenics. And then after that, we do maybe body weight exercises. And then later, we may even do some kettlebell stuff and a whole bunch of other things, man. Maybe I'll have her run. I'll have her swim. I'll have her play some sports. A bunch of stuff. Until I can max out as many adaptations as I can out of these exercises.
And then we're also doing, she does calves on both of her lower type days because we have a posterior chain day as well as a normal leg day. And so she does calves at the end of those, and we do abs of some type at the end of every workout. And then, of course, on the weekends, if she wants to do anything extra with her cardio and stuff, she adds in abs and calves. Right, and I basically don't want her doing any lifting outside of these 5 days because I want all of these muscles recovered by the time she trains again because we are doing a lot of volume.
Again, he just wants her to recover to come back and do these exercises again. Exercises do not change your body. It doesn't transform or change your body. It doesn't do anything. It can open a window for protein synthesis, but again, muscles, they have an M&D size limit. But whatever, okay, whatever. You haven't pushed that limit because you're never eating enough to push it. That's the problem with a lot of people.
We're doing, in some cases, as many as 4 different exercises for each muscle, right? Sometimes we're doing as many as 4. And here's an example of some of her ab work. She just picks whatever ab work she wants to do. So she's doing these here at the end of her chest and tricep day, okay? So I've let her just kind of pick and choose her ab work like I've always done in the previous vlog. She does whatever ab work she wants to do. And yes, her scale weight is coming down. Now that's going to be interesting when we get to Worlds because at this rate she may be down a full weight class because also she's going to need to get very, very, very lean, and we're going to have to bring that waistline down really small for her to do bikini. Plus there's, different muscles that we're going to need to continue to bring up. So again, that is why we are hitting every angle of everything. Now her pull day, I have her start with a heavy single on the deadlift, and I didn't include it this week, but we do a variety of posterior.
I work for a company.
We do glute ham raises. We do.
These are great, but guess what? Again, she's adapted. She's adapted to these exercises. I've seen her do them before. There's nothing going on there. Why doesn't she just sit on the floor and do multiple stretches for the hamstring? Why does it need to be with a weight? She's stretching her hamstrings with this weight going up and down. Why can't she lay on the floor and just do stretches there? It's the same shit. I don't understand this. This doesn't make sense, man. You understand me? There's also machines for that. There's one where you lay on your belly, and there's another one where you sit down and you press the opposite direction. You could do those. Why does it always have to be this? See what I mean?
Romanian deadlifts, right? We mess with some good mornings, glute ham raises, hamstring curls, things like that. Okay, so the posterior chain stuff isn't super complicated. But, she has a reverse hyper again now too. So we do reverse hypers. So in this case, actually, I stand corrected. I do not think we have a glute ham raise at the current gym. So what we have to do is we do stuff like RDLs.
Like I said, man, the poor girl is never changing, man. This poor coach.
We do good mornings. We do a seated hamstring curl. Right, we're doing some seated hamstring curls.
Yeah, she does these good morning seated hamstring curls. Bro, she's doing them all the time, Blaha. Come on.
because we don't have a glute raise anymore. And then she finished.
Has she ever thought about using the cable machine, like the negative, the positive, the cable machine to do these? Go over to the cable machine, pick up the bar at the bottom. You can do this on there. So you can get a new adaptation, man. Get it? And then later, when that maxes out, go on the floor and do stretches with your legs. Something you've never done before, like in karate class, man, like in Taekwondo we used to do back in the 70s. You know, they do stretch, we do shitloads of stretches in the beginning. Fuck, the first time I did, I could never even walk for the next couple of days. It was horrible.
She's up with the reverse hypers on that day. And so here she is doing her Romanian deadlifts. And again, the reps are very, very high. Other than her training maxes on the big three, which we're maintaining purely because she's got a powerlifting meet coming up towards the end of the year. Other than that, everything is 10 plus reps. So we're doing a lot of reps.
10 plus reps, a lot of reps. That's not a lot of reps. She's adapted to even the repetitions. She's adapted to the repetitions as well. Look, man, all the exercises are the same, and so are the repetitions, and the sets. She's adapted.
You know, a lot of volume here.
So there's no more adaptations.
So again,
there are no more adaptations. Now, if her muscles are protected, okay, let's say she progressively overloads these weights. Well, she may get an adaptation, but it won't be in muscular growth. It'll be in force production. See what I mean?
As far as our direct work, about 12 sets of muscle work.
But she's not even doing that because she's not challenging the muscles.
Other than certain things like arms, I'm not giving her as much because she does a lot of pressing and pulling.
Look, think about it. Why do you think powerlifting is based on a very short or small deficit of sets and reps? Let's say they did 5 sets, but their reps were in the range of 3 and sometimes 5. The max 5, but it's usually 3, maybe 4, maybe 5, but nothing over 5. Why is that? Because they're trying to get adaptations in force production. And so they don't need repetition work because they're not moving for muscle damage. They don't want to get big. They don't want to get bigger and stronger. They want to get better at lifting a heavy weight. So what do? They small reps. And then fast motions, very rapid motions, explosive motions. And they can't do more than 5 because the weight is usually too heavy to do repetitions with. They can't move more than 5. At the max, maybe 3 even. Some people can barely do 1. It's so heavy for them. They just do 1 rep. So they go there and they move for 1 repetition maxes.
We only do a couple types of curls.
But that doesn't change physiques. That doesn't cause muscle damage, and it doesn't regenerate muscles. It doesn't add any nuclei. It doesn't do anything. It just makes you better at lifting a weight through an adaptation of force production. Yeah, man. So yeah, okay, so she's moving for 10 reps. To me, at this point, you're adapted. May not be enough. Why not move for 15 or 20? If you could do 10, why not do 20?
We only do a couple types of tricep extensions. But most of the major muscles, we end up doing as many as 4 sets. Now, for the arms, the reason we do that is her triceps and stuff have always been strong. So because all of her chest movements right now are presses, you know, I don't need to do a wide variety of tricep extensions. We do 2 types of extensions and call it a day. Same thing on her back day. We do 3 different types of lat exercises that do use biceps. So then after that, we have a shoulder day after the posterior chain. Very straightforward stuff. We do seated dumbbell presses. We do lateral raises. We do rear delt flies. We do shrugs. Right. So nothing too complicated. I do believe I have upright rows in there also. I don't know if I got any on.
She's like throwing these weights up and down, man. I don't see anything going on here. She just looks ordinary to me. Well, okay, whatever.
So
she looks like an ordinary ectomorph.
Again, the same thing. We're hitting her delts from 4 different angles. So we do like an upright row to hit everything. Then we do a lateral we do a seated press, and then we do rear delt stuff. All right, for her back and bicep day, we always start with pull-ups, mainly because she's so proud of it.
Again, you've seen her do these exercises before, and she didn't stay there long enough to do 5 sets of 12 reps for the flies for her shoulders. What's the point? And now she's doing pull-ups. What, 1 set? That's it? 1 set of 10 and goodbye.
Gotten these pull-ups, she's got to wear her best shoes up to 15 full range of motion pull-ups. So because she's good at them and they're a phenomenal back builder, I like to start her back days with pull-ups. A lot of Team Blaha clients are used to that. And then of course we do some barbell.
Did he say they're a back builder? They don't build backs. Maybe he's talking about damaging or stressing or stimulating or something. Stimulating for protein synthesis isn't the same as causing micro injuries to get a donation of nuclei and stuff, and a bunch of other things that come along with it, muscle regeneration. You know what I mean? You could lift weights. You could lift, and there's a window for protein synthesis. Let's say you lifted, you're adapted. Okay. Is protein exceeding that breakdown now? Are you exceeding it to compensate for the breakdown and the open window so you could grow? Are you?
Rows, we do dumbbell rows, right? We do both. I have pullover. Right, we do both. I have pullovers for her here on this day.
Look, she just did pull-ups. Now she's doing pullovers. These are stretching exercises.
Because I'm putting them in as a back exercise for her. Mainly because her back is probably stronger than her chest overall. So I kind of throw this back.
Why not just hold the weight like that? Hold it like that. Hold it like that for, I don't know, 10 minutes or something, 5 minutes. Can she hold it for 10 minutes, 5 minutes like that in a stretch position? She'd actually get more out of it than just relaxing, stretching, relaxing in an adapted state. In an adapted state, gonna get shit. So might as well just hold these exercises in the stretch position with the weight. You'll get more out of it.
And chest exercise in on her back day, right? Whereas if she really needed more chest than back, I would probably throw this in on the chest day, but really just give some extra stimulation then to the chest and triceps on her back day. But it's an exercise that works all three. So pullovers are one of those movements that's a little tricky to determine where you want to fit it in on a split, just like people argue about deadlifts on certain types of splits. Of course, then I have her do some preacher curls, and she does like some hammer curls or supine curls. On the preacher curl, notice she does full range of motion. We use a light enough weight that she can control with no cheating. Again, big deal on the preacher bench. Preacher curls are a phenomenal bicep builder. However, they're also dangerous. They're notorious for causing large amounts of bicep tears, including people I know.
Man, they cause bicep tears on stupid-ass drug addicts, okay? Huh. They grew more cytoplasm than myofibrillar growth, okay, bro? That's why they're so weak. Their body's weak. It's weak.
Torn biceps doing them. In fact, you guys remember Izzy from Powerlifting to Win? I think it was a year or so ago, he tore his bicep with doing heavy preacher curls. And I believe he had...
Okay, so why did he need to do heavy preacher curls? What's the point, really? What's the point? Think about it. If sports could get you these micro injuries doing sports, what's it based on, the micro injury? A stretch, really. It's based on a stretch. What does that stretch do? The more stretches you do, the multiple stretches you do, the more you may be able to get an adaptation in micro injuries to that fiber, and then they'll grow bigger and stronger. They'll get longer. They'll get bigger a little bit, hypertrophy, and you may be so lucky to get another 1 or 2 more fibers on top of it. Yeah. So that's be quite a bit there.
Surgery, if I recall, if my memory serves correctly. And then he rehabbed himself from that. So again, this is an exercise.
I never see Team Michelle, ever do any neck exercises. Have you? I've never seen her do neck exercises at all. So one thing people never work out on is their face and their neck. They come in, they work out, they never do their neck, and they never do their face. No wonder why it's left behind, so it looks so old. If you were to proliferate some of these SCs through your face and your neck, at least it'll have a capacity to regenerate your face and your neck area. And so you'll look young. But if you don't do it, you'll look really old. That's what I discovered. It's another thing. People forget that all the time. Well, they get lazy or they forget because this is lazy. This is lazy. This is a lazy workout.
Is where less is more. All right, I'll try to max out on it. Do full ranges of motion. Then we finish up the week with her leg day. So we do training max on the back squat on that day, all right, which I threw in here. Then, of course, we do rep work on back squats. We do leg presses. We do seated leg.
Look, Michelle, she's so strong. She's doing like 4 plates. Oh my God. 4 or 5.
Extensions, one leg at a time. And then, of course, we always throw in calves at the end.
Jesus, she did 1 whole rep, guys. First, she's doing repetition work. She does a bunch of other stuff, repetition work. Blaha says 10. Oh, I got her doing repetition work of 10 reps. Meanwhile, she does these kind of exercises, like squat or whatever, and she does 1 effing rep, man. Come on. You think that's going to have a thermogenic effect even, or it's going to cause any micro injuries in the legs so she could grow them or something? No, man, 0. Is there even an open window for protein synthesis doing 1 rep? Hell no.
Of all her leg days, and again, I also allow her to do calves on weekends if she wants to, mainly because
He allows her to do calves on the weekends because what? He allows. Who the hell is he?
for what we're doing to do bikini coming up, we really need to bring up her delts and her calves.
Man, I'm sure every guy out there is waiting for Michelle Corte to do bikini, man. We're all just, man, we're just salivating over that, man. I'm flabbergasted, bro. I'm just waiting, Blaha. I can't wait to see. Yes, Michelle, team coach, team Blaha, client Michelle, beautiful centerfold and bikini model. Yes, we're so like, man, we're literally salivating at the lips, bro. We're salivating. Our muscles are salivating to see her do that. Yes.
Those need to come up considerably. So here's her doing leg presses, and then I finish up this video with her doing, a set of her standing.
Okay, you know I'm being a little sarcastic there, right? Okay. But anyways, yeah, no, I got nothing against team Michelle Corte. It's all about Blaha because he's a poor coach, man. He sucks. This poor woman she's suffering. She's a lifting slave. He's turned her into a lifting slave. He recruits lifting slaves. Gym lifting slaves. That's what he does.
Calf raises on the machine. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today.
And this lady has turned out to be his personal slave. Not only does she give him her money, she gives him money, right? She's Team Blaha. He takes money. He's got coach slots open or whatever, some bullshit. So she pays him to do what? So she could come to the gym and lift weights and be in an adapted state and getting nowhere fast. Oh, man, this is great. Yeah, okay. Huh. Yeah, he lives off the vials of what? These women, these people. He's the slave master, and he's turned them into slaves.
It's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys and gals next time.
Yeah, it was so informative, man. I totally lost it, bro. Yes, look at that, eh? Beautiful calves. Look at Michelle. Look at those calves. Yes. Go do the up. Yes. Do as high as you can. Go up on the eccentric. You don't realize that it's the do the concentric. It's the eccentric that causes the damage. You need to focus on going down. Down. Count from number 1 down, number 2 down. Don't count number 1 up, number 2 up. Get it? And back to baseline. No, it's the opposite direction, Michelle. That's why you have absolutely 0 adaptations here. There's no growth, and your calves look terrible. See? She doesn't go down. She's going up. That, man, concentric exercises are not associated with muscle damage. There's nothing there for it to grow. Is that not? There's nothing. There's nothing really going on there. You still need both, even if you're adapted. You still need both to open the window for some protein synthesis at least. See what I mean? But yeah, I can only push that domain so far with that. I guess Michelle doesn't know that, man, that muscles have an MND size limit. They reach the ceiling limit during hypertrophy process beyond where this progenitor can donate any more extranuclei to that domain to support further muscle growth. So move on to do another exercise. See what I mean? Stop doing the same stuff over again and focus on the eccentric. Hello. I guess that was it there, man. Thank God. Yeah, I feel sorry for her. Anyways, tell me what you think about that. Like, subscribe, support the channel. See you in the next one. It helps with the algorithm. I'll see you later, man. Yes, Team Blaha, Client Michelle. Suffering more than the last time. Yes, terrible.